Hey guys, and welcome. My name is NG Paradox. Welcome to another new series in the CK2 Game of Thrones mod. Now, last time I asked you guys who you wanted me to play as, many people were asking me to play as people in the East. It's a common thing I noticed. People wanted me to play in Essos rather than in Westeros, because we played a lot in Westeros. Obviously, Westeros is really nice and it's really interesting. We know the characters and the families, but I think people wanted something a little different. So we're going to be playing as someone in the East as a count, and we try and make our way up in the world. So I hope this could be a fun and a little different series. Now, I've decided to play, before I get into who I am and where we are, you might be able to tell from the picture, you might not. We are playing in the Faith Militant scenario. So people who don't know about this is in the scenario where in Westeros, Aegon Targaryen has died. Aegon the Conqueror, he died. His son, King Aenys, a little weak, but he became king afterwards, and he died, as you can see, very young. And sadly, this caused a bit of a problem. He had many children, as you can see, especially Prince Aegon. Prince Aegon should have been king. He has his dragon, Quicksilver. He should have been the next king. But because of the power vacuum that Aenys left, another man took the throne. His brother, Aegon the Conqueror's second son, Maegor, also known as the Cruel. So you guys may have, if you don't know much about the history, you may have heard his name, Maegor the Cruel. It's a commonly said name, but he's not a nice guy. He is the son of Visenya, and Visenya is also still alive at this point. 75 years old and a formidable fighter. That is pretty crazy, but she's still alive, and she's kind of leading her son to take power. In a way, that's kind of how I always saw it. It felt like she wanted him to be king, definitely. She definitely was kind of guiding him. Now, he is a crazy man. As you can see, he's known as the Cruel. He's a lunatic, ruthless, cruel, deceitful, wrath, torturer, a tyrant. He has black fire. He also has Balerion, the Black Dread. Yes, so he took his father's dragon and took his father's throne for himself. He's a formidable fighter, and he is strong. So he's an amazing fighter, as you can see, and a good leader, 26 Marshal. Now, he's taken the throne for himself. He flew straight to King's Landing on Balerion, took his throne as soon as his brother died. He knew what he was doing. But his nephew, Lord Aegon, obviously he knows that it is rightfully his. So he has declared war on Maegor for his throne. Not as good a fighter, but he's attractive, and his sister, who's also attractive. So yeah, so at the moment, Maegor is now fighting against his nephew, but just his nephew. So I can't imagine Aegon will win this. He'll have to defeat Balerion the Black Dread, most likely. If Aegon can defeat Maegor in combat, like dragons, I guess he could win, but, you know, look at Maegor, he's strong, formidable fighter. He has Balerion, the strongest dragon who ever lived. I can't imagine Quicksilver being able to survive. Let's have a look here. How strong is he? 34. That's not too bad, actually. He's 34 years old. That's not too bad. He's also fighting the Faith Militant Uprising because of Maegor's cruel ways and, shall we say, unholy attitude. The High Septon and people of the Faith are not very fond of him. So during this time, it's called the Faith Uprising. They decided to war against him, and for most of Maegor's rule, he's fighting off militant faiths groups. That happens for most of his reign, and fighting off his brother's sons and daughters. That's basically what happens during his reign. But obviously, this is an alternative scenario. Who knows what will happen, and who knows how the Targaryens will fare? I decided this scenario because I know I won't normally play this scenario. It's not one of the more interesting, more crazy scenarios, like a big war. It's likely Maegor will probably just win these. But the future could be interesting because he's obviously a cruel king. And he's quite old. And he has no sons. And his wife is 34. So he could fall into some inheritance problems there. But yeah, so let's go back east. That's what's going on over there. In fact, I'm going to put them as important characters so we can keep an eye on. Because, you know, we still like these characters. We still know them. We still want to know what happens. So we'll make you an important character. Same with you, Aegon. So we can see what happens to these two and the future of Westeros. Because who knows, if we can become leader or a massive empire, we could maybe attack Westeros. It'd be good to know what's going on there. So we're going to be playing in Yaitai. We're going to be playing in the God Empire, the Golden Empire of Yaitai. The leader of Yaitai is known as the God Emperor. This is obviously, it seems obviously to be based upon like Chinese history, you know, sort of Emperor, God Emperor. The names are very Chinese, as you can see here, Bu. The faces are, I think, on the Mongol face pack, but they're kind of using them for the Chinese. The pictures we've seen of them in the World Book and stuff, they look Chinese. So it seems that they're basically based on the kind of Chinese history. So this is going to be quite interesting. We're going to have a different empire, a different throne to conquer. This time not an Iron Throne, but a God's Throne. That shall be ours. And we're going to be playing as a Count. Here. The Yaitai Wetlands. We're playing as Count Hu Yao. Now, in this Let's Play, I'm going to be talking about people in Yaitai by their family name. Because if you guys don't know, in China, the first name is actually your family name. So this guy would be Yao Hu in China. And also, we don't know these families. We don't know Bu, we don't know Yao. So I want to call them by their family names so we can kind of get to know the families. Maybe make our own point of view about them, our own stories. So we can kind of make our own history. So we're going to have a whole playground, sandbox to play with here, of different families we don't know. So Count Hu, we just have this. A very small place. As you can see, our lands are not well developed. We have a large Yaitai fort. That's okay, yeah. Improved castle 2,700. That's quite a lot of gold. Not too much more than other ones. But as you can see, they look a bit smaller. Yeah. And one thing I've noticed is in Yaitai, the cities are extremely powerful. If we have a look at here, so the God Emperor's vassals. Look at this. Master Chen of Yin. This man who owns a castle, a city, has 9,000 men. He's more powerful than some of the king level titles. So some of these cities are extremely powerful. If we click on this as well, look at that. City, then a duke, or they say here a prefect. So the cities here are very powerful. That's one thing to take note. You probably want to try and get some cities on your side. The God Emperor is obviously the Empire title, owned by the Bu family, having the sigil of a sun, which is kind of interesting considering their history, which I will talk about generally as we play. I'm not going to talk about it all now. I've talked enough already. We haven't even started. Next is the principalities. So the king titles are principalities. Then there's princes. We have Dol here. The duke titles are known as prefects. Yeah, prefectures. So he's known as Prefect Ru Du. So we're known as Du here. So he is my prefect, and he is my prince, and he is our God Emperor. But yeah, let's look at our character then. So we are chaste, diligent, brave, and proud. Okay, so he's an interesting guy. He's a brave, hard-working, very proud man. He thinks a lot of himself. We're only a poor fighter, but we're a brilliant commander. So we're good for leading armies. We have a wife. Okay. We have a son who's only 4 years old, so that could lead a lot of things. Our sigil is a crane. I think it's a crane. I'm not actually sure now I think about it. I'm going to say it's a crane for now. We're going to say it's a crane. Graceful like a crane, the Yaos are. We have two brothers. We have Nahung. I'm going to say there. He has a trained fighter, good at steward. And our other brother who's just a poor fighter. Okay, I'm going to make this brother a bodyguard. Can I not make him a bodyguard? Huh. Send insults. Prison. No, maybe I can't make him a bodyguard. I thought you could. Do I do personal interaction? Huh. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we can't do that then. But yeah, so we're going to have to marry those two off, I think. Get them some nice marriages. Right now we are under this prefect, Du. He's a lustful, diligent, envious, zealous man. Ah, that reminds me. We should talk about the religion. The religion here is the Lion of the Night. That's what these people believe in. Again, this is partly to do with their history. It's kind of important. I'll talk about that later, but right now I just want to kind of jump in and actually get things rolling. And here's the king, the principality. What I'm going to try and do is obviously try and get the prefect, We're going to try and take this from him. He has about... How many men does he have? He has 3,400 men. So he has 3,400 men. We have 2,600 men. So we're actually not too far off. We could probably defeat him in battle quite easily. What I'm going to do, though, if we look here, his lands take up this land. What is de jure, then? Just that. Okay, so it's this land. So if we can get this guy as an ally, the Jade Jungle guy, if we can get him as our ally, we could possibly use that to attack the prefect. So he has 2 sisters and 1 son. So son's 11 years old. If his son was to die, that means his oldest sister would inherit. So I'm going to marry his oldest sister to one of my brothers. That's what I'm going to try and do. No. Okay, with matrilineal. So he knows that there's a good chance his son might die. Okay, well that makes sense. Okay, he's not an idiot after all. How about the younger sister then? 24. No. Still prefer matrilineal marriage. Are you kidding me? Wow, okay, so we might have to wait to be able to get an alliance with him. So right now we can't get an alliance with him. What we do maybe need now, though, is a claim. He does have 2 daughters, 13, 11. I guess we could marry her. He seems pretty young. He has a son. Okay. Okay, so that's kind of ruined my plans right now. My daughter's 2 years old. We won't be able to marry into any of them. I guess we could marry his daughter, maybe betrothal, to my brother. No. For matrilineal, yep. Okay, they're not being stupid. So we're not going to find any allies here. Maybe we could find one in one of the other people here. Let's try and find someone else then. So we've got Sol here. The family Sol. He has a daughter who's 11. Again, we could try betrothal. Oh, he would accept. Ah. So he kind of likes me. So we could get an alliance with the Count here. The Sol. And the other one is up here. Han. Count Dai Han. He has many sisters. 42, probably a bad idea then. And this one's 39. They're a bit too old, I think. No children will come of that. His daughter's 8 years old. So maybe it's not best then. Maybe we're better off going with this guy. I think we're just going to marry my brothers to his daughter. Because if the son dies, my brother could inherit that. So that's still quite a good one for him. My son's too young though, only 4 years old. Let's go with the oldest one. Yeah, let's go for you. Betrothal. Yeah, I guess let's do it. So we have a Sol then as an ally. Let's try the king. So I keep saying king. You gotta bear with me. This is my first time playing as these guys. He has 1 son, and he has a daughter, 33. We could marry her to my other brother. He would say no, obviously, though. And doesn't really help having him as an ally. He probably won't help us in a war. Okay, we'll keep the other brother for now. The other brother won't marry yet. I'll see if something can happen with this guy. We kind of want Guy to help us get it. But we'll see what happens. So right now we have our council, we have our chancellor, minister of justice. I'm going to marry off all the ones who are useful. So this guy here, we're going to marry him off. Oh, he's slow. Damn, we have a guy who's slow as our minister of justice. Great. Okay, don't know how that happened. We also have our uncle, actually. That's a good point. Minister of ceremonies. Okay, let's get you married then. Let's arrange a marriage. Can he not get married? He's a priest. Okay, so the priest in Yaitai cannot get married like normal. Just wanted to check. You never know. Sometimes maybe they could get married. This guy then needs to get married. Lin. What does that say? Theologian. Oh, she's got pretty good stats. She should get married though as well. She's our minister of the treasury. So let's get them married together. Okay. Just you then. Is there anyone you can marry, or we have no more women? We have no more women. And he's slow, so let's leave it for now. We're going to pick a character focus. So business, rulership, maybe rulership for now. Intrigue. And he could be an intrigue guy. He's not deceitful though, but hunting. He's a brilliant strategist. Carouse in a family, philology, a scholarship. Let's have a look here. I'm proud. I'm hard-working. I would go for maybe hunting or rulership. Those would be the two I'd probably go for right now. Let's go for this because we have low stewardship, I think. I would go for now until we have a chance where we can maybe take something. Pick an ambition. Okay, Valerian Steel Sword. Gain an honorary title. That could be a nice one. Improve combat ability. Okay. Let's gain an honorary title. He wants to, he's a proud man. He wants an honorary title. So those are things we're going to have for now. The laws at the moment, we have chattel slavery. This means we can have slavery. Autonomous vassals. Okay, that's interesting. We have a lot of soldiers. Mercenaries. Interestingly, there's none of the big mercenary groups. We only have the 1,500 ones. So that's kind of different. We don't have the big groups we normally might get. Intrigue, anything new here? Hold a tiger hunt. Search for a guru. Okay, there's some nice ones here. We could buy some slaves. Right now we don't have much money. So maybe we won't do that for now. Okay, everything else looks fine. Factions and a religion, obviously. So yeah, okay, that's done. Okay, and also actually there's a ruin site here. Sequo. I want to try and build this, I think. At some point when we can, and we're going to try and build on that. But until then, let's let time go. So we're finally starting after a very long beginning. I do apologise. But I feel there's a lot of information to give away. People have never seen me playing this one. So they got the betrothal then. Perfect. Medium Rel Authority Law in the Principality of Lingku. What is our prince like? He's ruthless, rude, diligent, and a family person. I'm going to ignore for now. After consulting my council, I've decided to enact a law changing the rules of succession in Lingqi. Succession shall be hereby determined by agnatic, cognatic inheritance, with male heirs being preferred to the female. Oh, was it not like that before? What's mine? Agnatic, cognatic primogeniture. Okay. Oh, it's elective. Maybe it was elective then. Okay. So the Emperor is elective. Trying to choose how to educate my courtier. Pong. She's not my daughter, but I could educate her. She's got pretty good intrigue. I could educate her court for 14. Yeah, let's do it. 14 gold. That's like nothing. We can do that. Count Yao has his sights set high because he's a proud man. Medium realm authority has been passed. It's not really what we wanted. And we need something to happen to do. I don't know what yet. My basic plan at the moment is we will rebel against him, but we need allies right now. We're just a small little count. Limited realm authority. I'll approve that. Yep, limited realm. Why did he go up and then down? I guess people were angry, so he wanted to kind of keep it down.